Mysterious rapid surge in Legionnaires' disease linked to cleaner air. A mysterious and rapid rise in Legionnaires' disease, a severe bacterial lung infection, has been linked to cleaner air in a U.S. study of trends of sulfur dioxide pollution. Puzzled by the lengthy global upsurge in Legionnaires' disease, an atypical form of pneumonia caused by Legionella bacteria, researchers at two U.S. universities and New York State Department of Health investigated possible environmental factors that could explain the trend in their neck of the woods. Over the last 2 decades, the incidence of Legionnaires' disease in the U.S. has increased ninefold, from around 1,100 cases reported in 2000 to nearly 10,000 in 2018. Europe and parts of Canada have reported similar increases, with cases up 5 to 7-fold. While major outbreaks of Legionnaires' disease date back to 1976, have been traced to air conditioners, commercial ventilation systems and cooling towers, which use fans to dissipate heat from factories, in the vast majority of sporadic cases, no main source is known. Airflow systems and cooling towers, if contaminated, spread Legionella bacteria over considerable distances. By dispersing water vapor, the bacteria cling to airborne water droplets that people inhale. However, this could vary depending on environmental conditions. Understanding how changing environmental conditions influence Legionella proliferation, is critical to mitigating this important public health risk, says atmospheric scientist Fan-Kun Yu of University of Albany, New York, who co-led the study. The researchers focused on New York State after identifying it as the #1 state for Legionnaires' disease in an analysis of cases reported to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention between 1992 and 2019. However, none of the environmental factors the team initially studied reveal relative humidity, temperature, precipitation, and UV radiation explain the long-term trend in Legionnaires' disease. Looking further, they noticed that levels of sulfur dioxide, SO2, in the air had decreased over the last 2 decades at a similar rate to the increase in Legionnaires' diseases. Using a model of water-based chemistry, they showed how atmospheric SO2 can be absorbed into water droplets and converted into sulfuric acid, making the droplets more acidic and less hospitable to Legionella bacteria. Conversely, the model showed decreases in SO2 levels recorded at 2 air quality monitoring sites in New York State over 2 decades would have made water droplets less acidic by at least a factor of 10. Less acidic water vapor might allow Legionella bacteria to survive their airborne journey and infect whoever inhales them. In fact, in a secondary analysis, the researchers found a 1-week lag between decreased SO2 concentrations and rises in cases Legionnaires' disease, which is about the incubation time from exposure to symptom onset. By mapping their locations, they also identified a striking link between cases of Legionnaires' disease and their proximity to cooling towers in New York State. This association does not prove cause and effect, and multiple factors could be contributed to the rise in Legionnaires' disease, which the researchers plan to investigate in future studies. Communities located up to 7.3 kilometers, that's 4.5 miles, from a cooling tower had a significantly higher risk of hospitalizations for Legionnaires' disease. This range has been increasing over the last 20 years or so as SO2 levels decrease, possibly extending the survival of Legionella in the air. It highlights the importance of protecting vulnerable populations living near industrial or densely populated areas, firstly from air pollution, and secondly from this newfound risk of Legionnaires' disease that comes with cleaner skies. The researchers stressed that reducing the pollution is undoubtedly good for people and the environment. It's now a matter of using these findings to help inform strategies to limit Legionella exposure while maintaining good air quality and its many benefits. The study was published on PNSA Nexus. This is by Claire Watson and Science Alert. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.